continue on with our physical chemical change unit. We're going to do the introduction to our first IV lab, where you guys have to actually do your own physical change, where you got to separate a mixture. Here is the sheet coming out. I haven't told a joke yet today. Can I get you 4 there? All right. All right, first joke today. A magician is driving down the street and turns into a driveway. I know, that's a good one. All right, so for this lab, you guys are already in the groups that you've been assigned. What you're going to do is you're going to get a group of substances. You're going to have to pick out 3, 4, or 5. I'll tell your individual group how many you're going to choose. The things that you had to choose from, the different supplies. You could take sand. I do not have any sand here. Sugar. We're going to be doing this experiment tomorrow, so make sure that you're lab prepared. Pants, shoes, hair ties, obviously. So sugar, salt. You can pick oil. Not the best choice. Little plastic pieces. You could pick water, iron. These are iron filings. If you want to come up here and look at these, you can. They're just really finely ground iron. Cornstarch, also not here. Flour, so those are the things you get to choose from as far as the mixture. So you're going to pick 3, 4, or 5 of those, mix them together, and then you got to come up with a plan to separate those out. And the things that you'll have to as tools in this process, you'll have an evaporating dish. This is something that you can put on a hot plate, evaporate out a liquid. You can have a stir rod. Stir rod, basically just to stir up a mixture. A scoopula. This can get used to scoop out a substance. Watch glass. What you would use this for?
A watch.
A watch? You can put your watch in there.
No.
Screen. If you have something with larger particles, you'll have a screen here. Filter paper. Filter paper, like we showed before. Take a piece of filter paper, you fold it in half. Fold it in half again. Then you can take that and put it into a funnel and then pour liquid through there. It'll filter out larger particles. Plastic cups. You can have a hot plate. We'll have a magnet in a bag. The magnet in a bag, because if you're using the magnet, you don't want to get stuff stuck to the magnet, so you just put it into the substance and reach into the bag with your hand. And you can pull. This isn't working very well. So you can take the magnet and then you can pull it away, and then the substances will fall off from the bag without getting anything stuck to the magnet. Pipette. This can be used to take a substance, kind of suck it up into the pipette and squeeze out in another place. And again, it says stir rod. So again, you're going to work with the groups that you've been assigned. You'll get 3, 4, or 5 substances. You need to come up with a plan on how you're going to separate those. If you guys would like to come up and look at the things here that you need, you're going to work with your partners right now, kind of discussing that, coming up with a plan. Tomorrow when you come in, you're going to actually enact that plan. And then on Thursday, we will come back and you guys will kind of reflect on how well you thought you did on your plan, how your hypothesis did. So first thing you got to do is ask a question. So you're going to come up with a question here, like what is your, the question would be something along the lines of, will I be able to separate this mixture? And then you need to change that into a hypothesis. So take that question, transform that into a hypothesis, set up a controlled experiment, write out that experiment now. When you're done with the experiment, get my attention and say, here's our thing, and we'll talk about that. You need to get that checked off before we leave today. All right, so right now you guys got some time to work on this, so go ahead and get started on that. If you have questions, please raise your hands. That means you can get started.
Should I just videotape it?
past experience with like the earth. We should do the bees and sugar.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. Alright, so for our experiment, what do we have?
No one's right.
So,
Hey,
plastic wire.
Relay. When should I stop?
All right, and you guys, if you want to come up here right now, you can come up here and look at the substances, see, kind of give you a better grasp on what you're going to be working with. You want to look at the materials that will help you.
This is a lot of work.
Come up with your plan, write out your procedure.
Read the paper. Where if you know?
Yeah, filter paper, the funnel.
I feel like Slender Man.
Does anybody have any questions? Any part you're stuck on? Anyone? Davis. What is the centigram balance? That is like a scale. Here, I can grab that. Excellent question. Centigram balance. So you can weigh your materials both before and after to see to make sure that you got all of the substances that you put in are the same as the mass of the substances you get out. All right, excellent question. Make sure that you're weighing your materials, because one of the requirements on this is that you have some data. If you look on the back of your sheet, there is a rubric of how you'll be graded. The data that you take both before and after, you will be graded on that. Good question.